Hey guys, Mona Lisa here, and I'm going to be reacting to Game of Thrones Season 5, Episode 4. Last episode was really good. The main things I took out of it was that Littlefinger is marrying Sansa off to Bolton's, and I'm not happy about that. That absolutely threw me off. So, yeah, at least Brienne is on her way. She's sort of got her covered, I think. I'm hoping. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, Sansa's back at Winterfell. And Jorah has taken Tyrion, which I can understand why he has, but I'm not happy about it, obviously. I think he's just going to give Tyrion to Dany so he can get back into, well, he can work for Dany again. Which is not part of the plan, is it? But at least Varys is there, and I think he worked with the Mad King as well. So hopefully Varys will be able to sort of save the day. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, my whiteboard. The only change there is Jorah Mormont has gone down, and that's obviously because yeah, he took Tyrion, which we can't have. So that's really the only change there. Who I want to win is still Tyrion, or who I want to sit at the throne is Tyrion, and the one who I think was going to be sitting at the throne at the end is it's still Dany. So yeah, I can't see it being anybody else, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, if you like it, I've got Patreon as well, so you can go and check out the full reactions there. I got a few shows there, and you're more than welcome to support the channel as well. There's a link below if that's just what you want to do. Your name will be on the credits at the end if you support the channel. And I go on Patreon on that. So yeah, I think that being said, guys, no spoilers. You know that no history, no law, no referring to the books, because as you can see behind me, I have bought the books and I haven't opened them yet. So when it comes to the very last episode, I'm gonna open the books and I'm gonna unwrap them and then read the first line of the book. So yeah, I can't wait for that. But I think that being said, guys, let's get started. Oh. Oh! Don't tell me he's going to take him back to King's Landing. That could be a possibility, couldn't it? Because he's got a beef with... because obviously Tywin outed him.
How do we pay them?
Well, House Tyrell could front the gold and the crown would pay us back in time, or I'd have words with my daughter.
You've already given us too much. No, we must arrange better terms with the Iron Bank.
Absolutely.
In person. We must send an envoy to the Iron Bank, someone of importance, to show these bankers our respect. As the King's Master of Coin, I can think of no one more qualified.
I would be honored, Your Grace.
The King's expressed concern about his father-in-law's safety on this voyage.
My very own King's Guard. Please express...
Oh, hell no.
Of course, of course. I'll give your regards to the Titan of Braavos.
Leave him alone.
The small council grows smaller and smaller.
Not small enough.
How may I serve?
All over Westeros we hear of septs being burned, the bodies of holy men piled in the streets.
Wars teach people to obey the sword, not the gods.
Perhaps the gods need a sword of their own. If I explain their holy purpose to my son, the king, I have no doubt he will sign a decree arming the believers you felt worthy.
An army that defends the bodies and souls of the common people.
As the chosen representative of the Seven.
An honor I never expected, or indeed, ever wished for.
Which is why you were chosen. What would you say if I told you of a great sinner in our very midst, shielded by gold and privilege?
May the Father judge him justly.
What the freaking hell is she playing at?
His Holiness is praying. He will not be disturbed.
Give the order, and we'll clear out this rabble.
You mean kill them? Here at the step?
You'd be sending them to meet the gods that they love.
Spawn of sin!
Filthy bastard!
We'll find another way.
There was no way to free Solaris without violence.
You're the king of the Andals. The lord of the Seven Kingdoms, the protector of the realm. And you let a band of fanatics imprison your brother by law.
I'm going to speak with the High Sparrow.
Are you? When?
I don't know.
You don't know? I have to send word to grandmother.
Will you come back later?
I need to be with my family, Your Grace.
Lord Ashford. Lord Smallwood.
Never even heard of these people.
They haven't heard of you either. But we need men, and they have some.
How many men does this Lord Mason have to send us?
More than Lord Wibberley.
Not him.
I know. I'm sorry. But we need men and supplies. And Roose Bolton's the Warden of the North.
Murdered my brother.
We swore to be the watchers on the wall. We can't watch the wall with 50 men. And we can't get more men without help from the Warden of the North.
Apologies, my lady.
Don't even think about it.
How can I help you?
Come with us when we ride south. None of us know the castle as well as you do. Winterfell was your home once. Don't you want to chase the rats out of it? Let me show you what you're fighting for.
You're gonna show me some vision in the fire. Forgive me, my lady. I don't trust in visions.
No visions. No magic. Just life.
I don't buy into it, Jon.
You resisted, and that's your mistake. Embrace it.
I loved another.
The dead don't need lovers. Only the living.
I know. But I still love her.
Well done, Jon.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Looks like I picked the right t-shirt today.
Are you lonely?
Just bored.
My father used to tell me that boredom indicates a lack of inner resources.
Are you ashamed of me, Father?
When you were an infant, a Dornish trader landed on Dragonstone. No doubt he'd heard of your birth and assumed new fathers were easy targets. I still remember how you smiled when I put that doll in your cradle. How you pressed it to your cheek. By the time we burnt the doll, it was too late.
Ah.
I was told you would die, or worse. Everyone advised me to send you to the ruins of Valyria to live out your short life with the stone men before the sickness spread through the castle. I called in every maester on this side of the world, every healer, every apothecary. They stopped the disease and saved your life. Because you did not belong across the world with the bloody stone men. You are the Princess Shireen of House Baratheon.
But you can't hug her?
Once he liberates these lands from the Boltons, he'll rally your father's bannermen to his cause. With the North behind him, Stannis can finally take the Iron Throne.
You think he'll defeat the Boltons?
Stannis takes Winterfell. He rescues you from the most despised family in the North. Grateful for your late father's courageous support of his claim, he names you Wardeness of the North.
Wardeness of the North?
You are the last surviving Stark. He needs you.
And what if you're wrong? What if Stannis never attacks Winterfell, or he does and the Boltons defeat him?
Then you will take this Bolton boy, Ramsay, and make him yours.
His father frightens me.
Oh, you should. He's a dangerous man. But even the most dangerous men can be outmaneuvered. And you've learned to maneuver from the very best.
What the fuck?
The North will be yours. Do you believe me?
I expect I'll be a married woman by the time you return.
I don't know, this episode is so confusing. I don't know what's going on.
What?
I was thinking about all the times your brother made me go with him down from the Red Keep into the streets of King's Landing.
Why?
We liked to walk among the people. We liked to sing to them.
He sang to them?
Yes.
And what did you do?
I made sure no one killed him. And I collected the money. Well, he'd like to see how much he could make.
He was good?
He was very good. Viserys never told you.
He told me Rhaegar was good at killing people.
Rhaegar never liked killing. He loved singing.
Your Grace. His Dar is here, waiting in the audience chamber.
Go, Sir Barristan. Sing a song for me.
Your Grace.
Those who find victory in the fighting pits will never become kings, but their names will live on. It's the best chance they'll ever have.
Is that what you used to tell men before you set them to butchering each other for sport?
Your Grace, today is the traditional start of the fighting season.
I do not recognize this tradition.
Traditions are the only thing that will hold this city, your city, together. I can't promise this is the answer to all our problems, but it's a start.
Yeah. Oh, please don't let anything happen to Grey Worm. Oh no. Oh no, come on. Oh no. I don't know. I didn't like this episode. It's very confusing. Alright, so this is probably one of my least favorite episodes. I think it was all over the place. Yeah, I didn't like it, but yeah, let's go through it. And then we went to the small council, and yeah, Cersei obviously she wants revenge on the Tyrells. She's not happy. She's not happy about the situation she's in because she's sort of put to the side, and that's not where she wants to be. So, yeah, she's getting rid of Mace, telling him that yes, he's gonna be going to Bravos to sort out the financials and that, and what's his face is gonna go with them. I should know him because I hate this guy. Yeah, but yeah, he's gonna be going with him, which basically means that I think she's gonna have him killed. It would make sense, wouldn't it? Yeah, and then obviously she had a conversation with the High Sparrow, and it sort of sounds like she wants them to get rid of anything that's sort of yeah, I'm not quite sure, but obviously she wants to get rid of Lance, and obviously his sexuality she's not happy with, and I think she's just making that an excuse, that because I think the High Sparrows are like men and men, that's a no-go, and I think sort of Cersei's playing on that, so that's an easy way to get rid of God, I can't even think of his name now. Yeah, get rid of Loras, isn't it? I thought they would have killed him, but obviously not. He's just sort of a prisoner. It's probably just to send Marjorie a message, isn't it? So yeah, he sort of switched over to Marjorie having a conversation with Tom, and she's like, "What you need to, why are you doing this?" And he's like, "Yeah, I didn't." And she's like, "Well, it's your mom, you idiot." Sort it out, basically. So she had to, Tommen had to, go and try and confront his mom. And she's like, "Oh, I had nothing to do with it. I'm not the one you need to sort of, yeah, talk to. You need to go and talk to the High Sparrow." And I think Cersei is mad at Tommen as well because he's obviously taking Marjorie's side, isn't he? And yeah, I don't know what he's playing at, but we'll see. So yeah, Tommen went to try and confront the High Sparrow, but was stopped, and people were sort of, calling him a bastard and that, and I think that shook Tommen a bit. I think he's aware of the rumors and that, but yeah. He's obviously not the kind of king who wants to fight and wants to kill people, so he sort of stepped down. He didn't wanna blood on his hands, so he sort of tried to talk to Marjorie about it, and she was like, yeah, she wasn't having it. Then we had the scene with Stannis and Shireen. And Shireen was like, "Are you ashamed of me?" And Stannis was like, telling her the story. So it sounded like she was okay as a baby, and then they got a present from Dawn, a doll that I think were infected, and I think they were trying to kill Shireen, maybe the Dawn people. But I have to have a think about that. So sort of where that fits in, but yeah, obviously Stannis did what he could to try and save his daughter, and in the end he did manage to get to save her. It was quite a touching scene because it just shows that Stannis does love his daughter, and he would do whatever it takes to protect her. So it was a really sweet scene between them two. And then we had the scene with Joran and Tyrion. Tyrion, getting a bit on Jorah's nerves, which Tyrion is quite good at. So he sort of worked out that because of the bear sign, sigil, that it was Jorah, and he was like, "Oh, you're going in the wrong direction, because my sister is in obviously the other way." And Jorah's like, "No, I'm taking you to the queen." So sort of Tyrion worked out, all right, so yeah, you want me to you want to take me to Dany, which you're just wasting your time because that's where I'm going anyway. And yeah, But obviously, I think if Jorah is going to be taking Tyrion, it's going to look a bit worse, isn't it? Because if Varys was going to take Tyrion, it would be like Varys would try to explain to him what is happening and why Tyrion wants to help her. But obviously, with Jorah taking him, that's going to be, that could be dangerous for Tyrion, but we'll see what happens there. But I quite like the fact that Tyrion sort of worked out who Jorah was and, that whole thing. So that was interesting. I like that. So then we had the end scene with Dany and Barristan talking about Rhaegar. Obviously from, Barristan, I think it sounded like he liked Rhaegar, even though he did some horrible things. But and he seemed to like the people as well, wanted to be out there with the people. So Dany gave him the day off, and I think that became his death, didn't it? Because the Sons of the Harpy, and I think what's his name? Hits the whatever his name is. I think he's part of the Sons of the Harpy, and he was sort of manipulating Dany maybe, and sort of while he was there, they were attacking, and the Unsullied had to fight, and they lost a lot of men, and Barristan came down and helped, and he killed a lot of people. So he's obviously, a good fighter, but it was just too many for him, and he died. And I'm not happy about that at all. No. But I suppose with Barristan dying, that could potentially be a favor for Tyrion, because he could then be an advisor. I don't know, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm not happy with the fact that Barristan is dead now. I don't know what Dany's gonna do, but we'll see what happens. My top five. Number one is Jon. I like the fact that he was able to resist the priestess, and he's not gonna, let anybody influence him. He's able to think by himself, and I like that fact. That you can't seduce me, like you've done with others. So just go away. So I love that. So he's my number one. Number two is Bronn. Again, I like the fact that obviously he was there to help Jaime, and he killed some people who were a threat. And I like the fact that he sort of he can work out Jaime. I think that in that respect, him and Tyrion are quite similar. And these bloody dogs are driving me mad. It's these little annoying pugs. So you can't sort them out. But anyhow, Bronn is able to read Jaime, and I love that fact. So Bronn is my number two. Number three is Barristan. I love the fact that he had a heart-to-heart with Dany, and he sort of gave Dany an idea of what her brother was like, because obviously Viserys had told her he was a great killer and this and that. So she's not heard the whole story. She's just heard the story from her brother about how powerful they were. So I love the fact that she sort of heard a different side, and that Barristan was able to tell her that. So that was quite sweet. So Barristan was not number three. Number four is Stannis. Again, is the scene with Shireen that he explained to her what happened and what he would do to protect her, and I quite like that side of Stannis. So regardless of what she looks like, and that he still loves her. So I love that fact. And then number five is Tyrion. I love the fact that he's quite switched on, and he was able to work out who Jorah was, and that. So I love that fact, and I think that's why I love Tyrion so much, because his brain is always switched on, and he's quite clever. So he was my number five. So the bottom number one is Littlefinger. Again. It's just about this game, isn't it? It's a game to him, isn't it? And now he's in it with Stannis, so he's betraying the Boltons by getting in with Stannis. So I think it was probably always the I think that was always the plan. Because he was with Stannis before, wasn't he? So I think they've planned it all along that, yeah, they're going to try and get rid of the Boltons that way. So, yeah, it's clever, but, you know, I don't like the fact that, you know, he's putting Sansa in danger because of that. So, yeah, so Littlefinger's my number one. Number two is the priestess. Again, she tried to seduce Jon to get the power that way, and I didn't like that. So yeah, she's my number two. Number three is Cersei. She's trying to get rid of all the Tyrells, and yeah, she's trying to manipulate Tommen again, and I just don't like it. I don't know what game she's playing, but I really hope it's going to bite her in the ass. So yeah, she's my number three. Number four is Ilaria. I don't like the fact that she's... I'm losing my voice, I'm sorry, but yeah. She's going against the prince because he wants revenge on Oberyn, which is ridiculous because Oberyn, that was his own choice, so she shouldn't be doing that. She's got a lot of anger in her, and now she's trying to form an army to go and, yeah, sort it out. So, yeah, she's my number four. Number five is, and I can't say his name, but I think he's playing them, playing Dany, sort of trying to advise her on that, and I think he's one of the Harpies, trying to get the power back from Dany. So yeah, I think there's something I don't like about him. I don't trust him. So yeah, he's my number five. I'm just going to do this quickly because I'm losing my voice. And yeah, so the title is The Sons of the Harpy, and I think it's pretty straightforward. I don't think there's any underlying sort of things on that. I think it is the fact that the Sons of the Harpy are trying to take over Dany, and yeah, it looks like they could potentially do it, but we'll see what happens there. So yeah, I think that was the title. I mean, I think there were a few sons in this, wasn't there? Because you had both Jaime, Tyrion, Jon in it as well, Loras. So there were some sons in there that, but then they're in there most episodes, so I don't know. But yeah, I don't think there was anything underlying for the title, Sons of the Harpy. I think it was pretty straightforward. So yeah, that was the title. But yeah, like I said, I didn't really like this episode. I think it was a very confusing episode, and it was kind of all over the place. So I hope the next one's going to be better. But yeah, let me know what you thought of this episode. You might think something differently. You probably will. So yeah, so I think I'm going to stop here, guys. And I just want to thank you guys so much for sticking with me. I know it's a bit up in the air at the moment, but thank you so much for commenting and that. And yeah, I will see you in my next reaction.